I tell you, January 24th, 2013, received that call. One of the things I really remember about it, it was so cold that evening, early morning, I should say. And just knowing that you got that call and you're talking, and it's my grandson telling me that mommy was shot. Then the neighbor picked up the call, and just talking to her, my husband and I, we just hurry up and got our clothes on and jumped in the car. I called my sister as I was headed to the apartment, realizing once we got there, standing outside in the cold, talking to a police officer. Yes, my daughter was still alive at that point. The other person was not. They finally let us go in to get Austin. And I layered my clothes because he had none on other than his pants and his mommy's shoes. We go to the hospital. The doctors are coming as we're walking in. I already knew she was gone. But leading up to that, my daughter stayed with me for approximately 2.5 weeks. And she was hiding from me, which I didn't really know a lot of stuff was happening. But you know how you get those little bitty feelings, and was heading up for Christmas, and he came in my house. And when he walked in my house, I remember him coming through my hallway, and all I could think of was, he's gonna hurt your daughter. And I remember saying it to myself several times, because he was very soft-spoken, but I knew there was another side to him, but she never said. And then he spent Christmas Eve with us, Christmas Day with us, and then he killed her a month later. I still have nightmares about it. And then when you think about my grandson right now, who is now, he was 10 at the time, he's 22, and he is never healed. Never healed. He saw it. He knows what he saw. He don't want to share it. He tries to block it out, but it's constantly in his head. He was there, but not inside the courtroom. Neither was I. Neither was my husband. They wouldn't allow us to be in the courtroom because we were also witnesses. But I remember the day that it was my turn to speak on the stand, and there was some kind of commotion that they had to go into the judge's chamber. And they left me sitting on the stand, and they left him sitting right in front of me. And I stared him down till he cried. You could see the tears come. And then the day that they found him guilty, the day that they gave him his sentence, they put me out of court because I lost it. From the day it happened, I had him in counseling. But then the PTSD started kicking in a little bit more. Body was changing, all of that. So I finally found some place that actually worked for him. When the verdict was read, that was the last day he could be in the private school that I had him in. And then he went into Trotwood. And that's when all hell broke loose in my mind for him. But in the meantime, just trying to keep him focused, it worked for a while. And then at age 16, it just went out the door. But in that time frame, my husband, he grieved one way, I grieved one way, my daughter grieved one way, my grandson grieved one way, and nobody's was the same. My outlet was I still worked. I was able to have a conversation with people. I got out in the community, had talks with different domestic violence organizations. He didn't, and the grief took over. Well, I tell you what, sharing my story, if it helps one person not to go through this, I'll just tell you, if you are a mother, you're a father, brother, sister, whatever, or just a friend, if you see that your daughter or son, gotta include the men, are going through a relationship, you need to step in, you need to open your mouth, you need to get them that. You have to at least give them the information for the help. They have to be able to accept the help. But I wouldn't want anybody to go through what I went through. And I've lost a lot. I lost a lot. My daughter was only 32 years old. She was aspiring to be a chef. She worked for a wonderful restaurant, Rue de Maine. And to have everything just taken from her, and her son, that's all he had was her, so unfair. Just unfair. Somebody's out there going to help you. Somebody's out there going to help you. If you find that you can't talk to your mother, your father, your sister, then find that one person that will help you. You just have to know that you're worth it. You're worth it. Your children are worth it. You should not allow that to stop you. That should be your vision of, I got to do better for myself. I don't care the financial end. I don't care any of that, because there's help out here to get you back on the right track. But just knowing to think you're not worth that. You're worth not having your face bashed, or you're shot, or your children have to watch it. In that, your children have that embedded in their minds. Put yourself and your children first over anything else. I've come a long way. I've come a long way from the 11 years. Am I there yet? No, I'm not. But I'm better today than I was. I've lost a lot. I still have a grandson who struggles every single day. He is now 22 years old. He's in the system. I pray that one day he will open up enough to finally say, I have a right to live. Because what he saw, he thought he could save his mom. And deep down, I think that's why he can't open up. That's a lot for a 10-year-old. And especially when you're a 22-year-old now, but you still have a 10-year-old mind. He does. He still has a 10-year-old mind. He don't like to hear me say that, but he does. So I'm going to continue to do what I do, continue my walk. Anybody that I can help, that's what I'm going to do.